Hi everyone, it's Praveen Galot, final year EC student from MLB Textile and Engineering College. I am here to represent my training report on the topic of programming with Python. I extend my sincere gratitude towards HOD Mr. Hitesh Saraswat and Professor Mrs. Abha Singh for their kind guidance. List of content we are going to discuss in this presentation. Let's get started. Introduction to Python. Python is a high-level programming language. It's an open source and dynamic type programming language. And here I'm showing about the ideal, Python Win, and Python Shell. Ideal helps us to program in Python by color coding your program code, debugging and auto indent and interactive shell. Here it's the example of Python in which we are printing a hello world statement. Python structure, it's auto type, statement, and then object. Here the example of Python printing the hello world. Python interpreter. Python is an interpreted language. The interpreter provides an interactive environment to play with the language. Result of expressions are printed on the screen. The example given on the right hand side. Python data type. Python is of mainly five type. First one is numeric, second one is dictionary, third one is boolean, fourth one is set, and the fifth one is sequence type. First one, numeric data type. Numeric data type is also of three types: integer, float, and complex number. Here I am representing the three types of numeric data type. First one is integer, float, and complex number with their respective examples. Next one is sequence data types. It is also of three types: string, list, and tuple. First one, string. String are arrays of bytes representing Unicode characters. A string is a collection of one or more characters put in single inverted comma. In left side I'm showing the input and the right side shows the output of the string. Example. Second one is list. List are just like the arrays declared in other language which in an order collection of data. It is as flexible as the item in this list do not need to be at the same type. List can be created by putting the sequence inside the square bracket. Here I am showing the example of list. Third one is tuple data type. Tuple is an ordered collection of Python object. The difference between tuple and list is tuple is immutable. That is, immutable means the data cannot be modified once it is created. It is in left hand side I am showing the input and dictionary data type. Dictionary is a dictionary. In Python it is an unordered collection of data values used to store data values in a map, which unlike other data types that holds only single unit as an element. Dictionary holds key and values pair. Key value is provided in the dictionary to make it more optimized. Each key value is in pair in a dictionary is represented by a column, whereas each key is represented by a comma. Here I am showing the example of dictionary. Next one is Boolean data type. Data type which one of the two built-in values, true or false. Boolean objects that are equal to true and these are equal to false. But non-Boolean object can be evaluated in Boolean context as well as determined to be true and false. It is denoted by a class bool. The same example is given. Next one is set data type. Set is an unordered collection of data types that is iterable, mutable, and has no duplicate element. The order of elements in a set is undefined, through it may consist of various elements. Creating set. It can be created by using the built-in function set with an iterable. Example of set. Next topic is condition execution in Python. Condition execution control whether or not the core will execute an instruction. Most instructions have a condition attribute that determine if the core will be execute it on the basis of setting of the condition flags. First one is if statement. When we write program, we almost need the ability to check the condition and check the behavior of the program accordingly. The simplest form is the if statement. The boolean expression after the if statement is called the condition. We end the if statement with the column character and the line after the if statement are ended. Here I am showing example of if statement. Alternative execution if else statement. A second form of if else statement is an alternative execution. In this case, there are two possibilities and the condition determine which one get executed. The syntax looks like this. Chained condition. If else. Sometimes there are more than two possibilities. Therefore, we need more than two branches. One way to express a computation like that is a chained condition. Example is given below. Nested condition. One conditional that cannot be nested with each other. That can be written in three branches. Example is given. The next topic is Python function. Functions can reduce the program similar by eliminating repetitive code at any point of time. If we make a change, we just change it in one place. So creating function allows to make a group of statements which makes our program easier to read, understand and debug. Example is given. Define function and calling a function. Def is a keyword that indicates that is a function definition. A function definition specifies the name of new function and the sequence of statements that execute when the function is called. Here is the example of def function and the syntax of calling them. Built-in function in Python. Python provides a number of important built-in functions. Those built-in functions can be used without providing the function definitions. Three major built-in functions given in the example: max, minimum and length. Max built-in function gives the maximum value, minimum built-in function gives the minimum value, and length built-in function provides the length of. Type conversion function. Sometimes we need to convert values from one type to another. Python also provides built-in function of that. For example, the int function also takes any value and convert it to an integer. Example is given below. Float conversion and then the string conversion. Rand number. To create a random number in Python, we can create rand function, which returns a random float number between 0.0 and 1.0. Example is given below. Randint function in Python and then choiceInt function in Python. First one, the randint function. It is another function called randint which takes the parameter low to high and return an integer between low to high. Example is given. And then the choice function in Python. To choose an element from a sequence at random, we use the choice function. Example is given below. Math function is Python. Python provides math module for mathematical function. Before using module, we import it. The example is given below, in which we are importing the math function first and then the executing it. Python loops. First one is Python while loop. Interaction is very common in any programming language. Python provides several features to make it easier. One form of interaction in Python is the while statement. While statement basically execute a condition is true or false. If the condition is true, exit the while statement. Continue execution with next statement. If the condition is true, execute the body and then go back to the step first. Example of while loop. And then the Python for loop. Sometimes we want to loop through a set of things such as a list of words, the line in a file, or a list of number. When we have a list of things to loop through, we can construct a defined loop using for statement. Example is given below. Range function in Python. We can generate a sequence of number using range function. Range 5 will range number from 0 to 4. We can also define the define the start, stop and step size as range by using the function range by giving the start, stop and range size. Example is given below. Python module. When we import a function for intents, we are essentially using a module. A module is essentially a Python file with a .py extension. We can import file using the code given below. We can access the content by using the code. We can access the entity by using the import form code. Example of module. Package in Python. Packages are organized collection of module and modules within modules. Modules are stored in directories, within each directory containing a init.py file that tells us the interpreter that it is a package file. Importing package. Importing package. Here I am showing the example of importing a package in Python. Object orientation in Python. In Python, everything is in object, integer, string and directories. Class objects are initiated from user defined class. Other objects are from language defined type. Object oriented in Python allows representation of real life object as software object. Example, dictionary is an object. Basis of object orientation program. First meaning is object, then attribute, the method and then class, and the definition is given. Class in Python. It can be defined anywhere in the program. Any method and instance variables are public. Here I am showing the example of class in Python. Object in Python. Objects are the basic runtime entities in an object-oriented system. Initiating object within init. Init is a default constructor. Init serves as a constructor for a class. Usually does some interaction work. Inheritance. Inheritance is a powerful feature in object-oriented programming. It refers to defining a new class with a little or no modification to an existing class. Here the syntax. While designing a list of key points which should be kept in mind while designing a inheritance concept. Using SQL with Python. SQL, structured query language. It is a language we use to issue command to the database, like creating database, retrieve data, insert data, delete data. Relation database model data by storing row and column in table. The power of the relation database lies in its ability to efficiently retrieve data from those tables, and in particular where these are multiple tables and the relation between those tables involves in the query. SQL commands. Common SQL commands are insert, delete and update. Retrieving record, sorting with ordered by. Creating database in SQLite. In SQLite 3 command is used to create a new SQLite database. We do need not to have any special privilege to create a database. Syntax for creating a database in SQLite. Create table in SQLite. Create table statement is used to create a new table in any of the given database. Creating a basic table involves naming the table and defining its column and each column and data types. Syntax of creating a table in SQLite. Dropping table in SQLite. Drop table statement is used to remove a table definition and all associated data index triggered and permission specification for that table. Syntax is given for dropping a table in SQLite. Inserting query in SQLite. Insert into statement is used to add new row to data into a table in the database. Syntax is given. Select query from table. Select statement is used to fetch the data from the SQLite database table which returns data in the form of a result table. Syntax is given to select the query from the table in SQLite. Update query in SQLite. Update query is used to modify the existing record in the table. We can use where clause with update query to update selected rows in SQLite database. Syntax is given to update query in SQLite. Delete query in SQLite. Delete query is used to delete the existing record from a table. We can use where clause with delete query to delete the selected row, otherwise all the records should be deleted. Syntax is given to delete the query in SQLite. Keys in database. There are three types of keys: logical keys, primary key, and foreign key, and their definitions are given. GUI and event-driven programming. Most modern computer software employs an GUI, graphical user interface. A GUI displays text as well as some image that is called as icon that represent objects such as directories, files of different types, and command button and drop down menus. Event-driven programming. Event-driven programming. User-generated events trigger operation in program to respond by pulling in input, processing them, and displaying result. Qt Designer. PyQt is a GUI widget toolkit. It is a Python interference for Qt, one of the most powerful and popular cross-path GUI library. PyQt API is a set of modules containing a large number of classes and functions, while Qt core module contains non-GUI functionality for working with file and dictionary, etc. Qt GUI module contains all the graphical controls. Here the table showing the classes in Qt Designer. Here in this table I am showing the frequencies used in widgets in PyQt. That's all. Thank you.